Paola, as an American, can I get a loan in Colombia to buy a property? The answer is no. But can you still use a loan to buy a property in Colombia? The answer is yes.
Yes, by using U.S. bank loans to fund your international real estate investments.
Watch this full video to learn how. Hey guys, this is Paola San, a realtor in Colombia, Medellín and Cartagena. And you often ask me, can I as an American purchase a property in Colombia through loans? And the answer is yes, you can, but not with Colombian banks, or at least it's not as easy and accessible. And that's why Eddy is here today to explain us if it is possible and how it is possible.
How's it going, guys? I'm Eddy. I've been living in Medellín for close to 2 years now, and I'm in the credit industry funding space, so I can talk a little bit about this. I've been in the industry for a little over 5 years, 6 years now. And the best way to obtain a loan would be to utilize your credit score, your American credit score, and leverage some sort of loan, whether it's a business loan, a business line of credit, or a personal loan to access capital so you guys can start purchasing property here in Colombia.
Okay, Eddy, thank you so much for that information. I lined up some questions that I'm going to be reading for you because I don't want to miss any important information that I'm sure is very valuable for you guys. So the question is, if somebody has a good credit score in the US, what does actually allow them to do?
Yeah, that's a great question. So having a great credit score allows you to open the banks. You're pretty much opening up the floodgates to all US banking all over America, accessing, funding from credit unions to business loans, business lines of credit, and you pretty much can get access to capital that you wouldn't be able to without having a good credit score.
That's great information there. So another question is that a lot of my clients don't have a lot of cash, but they do have a strong credit. So if someone has 5,000 to 15,000 USD safe, is it enough and is it realistic for them to still buy a property in Colombia?
Yes, it's still an option for someone who has around 5 to 15K saved, as long as they have a strong, job source or, source of income that they can pay the loan on a monthly basis, right? You still want to have capital every single month to pay the loans, because at the end of the day, you will need to be paying it. But you can still get access to the capital as long as you have a good source of income.
Okay, thank you so much. So another question is, can you please walk us through the process step to step and how you turn credit into capital for the people that are interested in buying properties here in Colombia?
Right, so turning credit into cash really isn't that hard. It's fairly easy. It really just depends on the credit reports, the credit profile. If you already had good relationships with banks, you've paid down loans, you obtained car loans and you paid them off, you already have history and your scores are anywhere from the 720 to the 750 range. We can get you funded in less than a week.
That's a very great timeline for somebody who, especially when you find a good deal in Colombia and it's one of these like get it now type of property, because a lot of people are trying to buy it. So if you can get a loan and you have all the intention, you like the property, is a good investment opportunity for you, Eddy is there to help you because that's a great timeline, guys. Okay, thank you so much. So the fifth question will be, is the next question, I think you already replied, but I guess we can go a little deeper into that, which is, how long does this actually take from the first conversation with you to having the funds available?
Yeah, also another great question. So from start to finish, we're gonna look at your credit reports. We're gonna, look at all 3 credit bureaus, TransUnion, Experian, Equifax. From there, we're just gonna come up with a game plan, like a funding plan. Okay, do they need to go into credit repair? Are they even fundable? Will they get 100,000 or more in funds based on their credit reports and what's inside the credit reports, right? Because it just doesn't matter. It just doesn't depend on the credit score. It's literally what's inside the credit reports. So I'm an expert in that. I'll take a look and I will let you know how fast or what the time stamps on getting you funding would be. But typically, let's just say they have a good credit report and everything looks good. Like I said, less than 15 days, they can start getting funds in their account, right?
Okay.
But if maybe they have some credit issues, we are experts in credit repair. We do offer those services. So we're looking at anywhere from 30 to 90 days.
When they don't have good credit.
Right, when they don't have good credit.
Okay, so when you say 7 days, you're basically talking about the money is approved now, but for them to have it fully available, it's probably like 15 days.
No, if they're approved, the money gets in their account within 2 to 3 business days.
Okay. Another question is, what are the biggest mistakes people make before trying to raise capital?
Well, I see for me, the biggest mistake is trying to save the capital, right? How long is it gonna take someone, that has, a decent income for them to save 100,000, 150,000 plus in funding? It's gonna take you years to save that. Why save it where you guys can just utilize your American credit score, use the credit system, and obtain the loan, right?
That's a very smart move right there, because why would you use your capital when you can use somebody else's capital and minimize the risk of it?
Exactly.
Okay, so the next question is your strategy and what you do. Who is this actually for, and who should wait to prepare a little bit more in case they wanna obtain your services?
Yeah, so someone that's ready versus someone that's not ready, it all comes down to, what is their income source look like month to month? Are they making 5,000? Are they making 15,000, 20, 30,000 a month? Or how's their credit reports look like, right? So someone that's ready, they have the income, they have the great credit score, this will work perfectly for you. Versus someone who maybe they have good income, but their credit score isn't that great. There are ways to work around it, but it's just gonna take time. It's gonna take more time, more effort, and it's definitely gonna be a longer process than someone that's already ready. Okay,
perfect. So you guys here, make sure you're working on these credit scores if buying a property is something that you want in Colombia, because you're probably, if you're not gonna buy it today, at least start the process with Eddy today so you can know what is it that you need to get done. And if you do need 3-6 months, it gives you time to start searching the property, fixing your credit score at the same time, because there is no time to be wasted in the real estate market in Colombia. The more you wait, the more you lose, because you're losing money in appreciation of the property you could be potentially buying early on, right? Okay, so the next question is actually very important, and I know you guys are listening very closely to know what this is what is the interest percentage in average that you get the loans for, or like how do you what's the interest percentage?
Yeah, so you can do multiple variations of funding. It really depends on the individual. If they have a business, we can get some 0% funding where it's 0% for 12 to 15 months. Or if we use it on the personal side, we're looking at anywhere, the lowest I've seen is around 6%, and the highest I've seen is around 15%.
Okay, is the highest common, like it's something that happen often, or you would say that 15% is very rarely?
Well, if the credit score is not that good, then the interest keeps going higher every time, because it's a higher risk for the bank.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay, well, 66% to 15% is actually still a good deal. Hopefully, we're talking about the worst case scenario, which will be 15%, because guys, even if you take the time in Colombia to get, residence or to get a credit score, in Colombia it's not that easy to get property loans. It takes a lot of time, even just to build that credit score. And then also another thing that I need to let you know is that in Colombia, the loans are not only based on your credit score, but it's something that we call here debt capacity. So to put it in context, if you're making $5,000 a month, but you already have $1,000 loan for the car, you're already paying $1,000 in rent, you're already having other expenses that are reported in the DIAN, which is our equivalent of the IRS, and let's say you only have $500 left after your debts, then you have a low debt capacity. They're not gonna make you a loan for a 2,000 mortgage property. Now, that is the example that is not as easy. When it comes to interest, it's not even beneficial. If you are a US citizen and you can get the interest rate there, is much more beneficial, because in Colombia, it starts from 10%, which is already 4% difference from what it starts in the US. So it's anywhere from, again, guys, it's anywhere from 10% in Colombia, and the highest that ever been in the history of loans for properties, we call it préstamos hipotecarios, has been 17.7%. and that's when the person don't really have a credit history, when they have their credit score is nice now but it has been damaged before. Sometimes they actually get to see that, and also the risks that the loan has, right? Based on who you are, what you do for a living, do you own any property, do you have any access, a lot of things. So there is not a really set percentage in Colombia. Even with the same bank, they still have different percentage for depending on the risks as a person you represent for the bank. So yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I didn't know about that, about the Colombian percentages.
Yeah, it's really, really high. It's absolutely makes no sense sometimes, because Colombia is not a country that is basically built in credit, so that's why it's a little harder, but it still is insane. Let's say you buy $100,000 property, in a year you are paying $15,000 if the percentage is 15, or let's say in the worst case scenario is 17%, you're paying in 1 year $17,000 just in interest, which if we put it in a monthly basis, you still gotta pay only $1,200 beside the base just to pay interest. You're at least paying like $1,200 in interest for $100,000 loan in Colombia. So it is crazy. Okay guys, so that was a very valuable information. Eddy, thank you so much, because I always say, no, you can get loans. You can get loans. If you're not coming to me straight with cash, we don't have time for that.
It's still a possibility.
But now that we know there is still a possibility, and that's actually more beneficial to you, and that you have the access to it, and that is simple, fast, and easy, is the time to take action. And so Eddy just told you guys how to do it. So if buying a property is something that you do want to do in Colombia and you don't have the full cash, Eddy is gonna be the person that can help you. Guys, from an American to an American, you understand. After that, I'm only giving you access to information so you can buy a property through me. Thank you so much. Tell us, a little bit how people can contact you. What will be the deal?
Yeah, so you guys can find me on Instagram, Eddy Knows Credit, and also we'll be dropping the link down here. But usually for consultations, I do charge a $500 fee, but since I'm working with Paola and her clients, I can waive that fee for everyone that wants to book a call with us. And yeah, we can talk about the process, what that looks like, and if you're pre-approved, we'll get everything started, and hopefully you guys can get the properties or investment deal through Paola.
Okay guys, thank you so much. I hope this was something that has value to you, and just contact us. Either you're looking for a property or you're looking for the loan. See you in the next episode.